As China tries to builds more consumer-driven economy, Canadian companies are also vying to be a part of it as well with the help of the government. Some tech firms are already making strides in the country. We now go straight to Kristiaan Yeo, who is in Toronto, Canada.
Yes, anybody is in any doubt about China's importance to Canadian exporters should look at the figures. China is now the second biggest destination for exports after the US. It overtook Britain at the end of last year, but it's all very gritty-based exports, industrial materials, agricultural products, and the Canadian government would like to change that. They'd like to see a move to more sexy items, things like technology, information. That brings in more money for Canada, and it also is more relevant to a growing middle class in China. Now, this might take some time to change, but some technology firms are already making impressive headway in China.
The burgeoning relationship between China and Canada is well documented. The acquisition of energy giant Nexen by China's national offshore oil company made headlines around the world. And the love-in is far from over. The Canadian government is pushing for further trade with China. Prime Minister Stephen Harper is keen to diversify exports beyond energy and agriculture.
The tourism industry is particularly valuable. It's one of the few industries in the world whose raw material is goodwill and whose finished product is friendship.
Technology is another high-yielding area for export growth. Trade delegations have embarked across the Pacific to charm and strike deals with Chinese buyers. For some tech firms, the groundwork is already paying off.
For companies like Research in Motion or OpenText or Desire to Learn, I think there's a tremendous opportunity to export technology.
Dana Fox started CleverU Corp, a company that sells educational software, with China firmly in his sights. Monthly visits to Chinese cities and constant contact with clients has helped the company grow exponentially. Registered users grew 4,000% in 12 months. It's become a model of how success in China can be achieved. But with success comes the risk of imitation. And in the digital economy, the possibility of another firm copying an idea is very apparent. The Chinese marketplace has a reputation to fight off.
You're seeing a whole new industry of IP lawyers, patent protection. There's work to be done, and that is true, but I think they've made great strides over the last few years to try and address the issue around IP protection.
Well, as consumer-driven economies in China are on the table, that's where they want to head. It's important for Canadian businesses to gear themselves up fully in that line, because companies from countries around the world will be lining up at the doors of China to get in the door, essentially, and get with those middle-income members of the Chinese economy. And the Canadian government's job now, through things like business delegations and some would say approving the Nexen deal, paving the way for Canadian businesses to be at the front of that queue.
All right, Kristiaan, thank you very much. Kristiaan Yeo joining us live from Toronto, Canada.